ESPN began to scroll the headlines. Charlie wasn't just competing anymore at only 16. He was building a serious resume. Golf fans started asking the big question. Could this kid actually qualify for the US Open? But with hype comes pressure. And no one understood that better than Tiger. Every time Charlie teed it up after that AJ win, the cameras were locked in. Tiger was usually there too, hoodie up, sunglasses on, blending into the background, but watching every single shot. At local qualifiers and regional events, his quiet presence said everything. This was no longer just fatherly support. This was legacy. And when Tiger watches, the entire world starts watching. Then came the US Open qualifier, a chance to earn a ticket to one of golf's greatest stages. Expectations were sky high, and Charlie arrived knowing every eye was on him. But what happened next? No one was prepared for it. Thousands came to watch a teenager step onto the tee, unaware whether they were about to witness history being made or narrowly missed. The USGA local qualifier at the Legacy Golf and Tennis Club was never meant to be a media spectacle. These events usually slip under the radar, quiet, intense, filled mostly with unknown amateurs grinding toward a dream. But not this time. The moment CharlieWoods' name appeared on the tee sheet, everything changed. Fans lined up early. Phones came out. News trucks rolled in. They weren't just watching another junior golfer. They were watching the son of a legend trying to carve his own path through golf's toughest proving ground. This wasn't just a qualifier. It felt like the beginning of something historic. Or heartbreaking. Charlie teed off with calm shoulders and laser-focused eyes. He opened steady, stacking pars, showing a level of maturity far beyond his age. But the back nine told a different story. A pulled tee shot here, a three-putt there, and suddenly the round began to slip away. He signed for a 75-3 over par 7 strokes short of the cut. The number stung. He knew it. He expected more. But the truth is, even with that score, he played better than many predicted. The amateurs who advanced were older, more seasoned, already on the verge of NCAA stardom. Charlie didn't collapse. He was simply outgunned in a field full of grown men. And then came the image that went viral. Tiger Woods, standing silently behind the ropes, cap low, sunglasses on, arms crossed. He didn't shout instructions, didn't interfere. He watched, not as a 15-time major champion, but as a father. He knew this moment all too well. He'd lived it. But now it was his son walking that lonely path between potential and pressure. Tiger watched as Charlie fell just short. Charlie walked off the 18th green not with slumped shoulders, but with fire still in his eyes. No tears, no outbursts. Just focus. A loss. Maybe a lesson. Definitely. But defeated? Not even close. He walked away, changed. Then the golf world erupted. Within hours of CharlieWoods' final putt at the Legacy Golf and Tennis Club, headlines flooded in. Fails to qualify. Setback for the Woods legacy. But buried beneath those clickbait titles was something far more important. Progress. A new line started appearing across fan tweets, Reddit threads, and golf blogs. The qualifier wasn't just a stat sheet anymore. It was a test of how the world truly viewed this teenage phenom. Critics saw a missed cut. Real fans saw the makings of a comeback. Social media lit up in every direction. Some fans mocked the hype. Others defended him, pointing out how far he'd come since last year. Back then, he wasn't even close to the cut line. Now, just 7 strokes away. In golf, at this level, that's a massive leap. Even more impressive was how he handled the pressure. No slammed clubs. No excuses, no cracks in his composure. His body language was calm. His post-round comments were short, honest, and mature. Some called it failure. Others called it the beginning of greatness. Veteran commentators chimed in. One former PGA Tour pro said, "The kid isn't chasing he's learning to handle the spotlight that's harder than sinking birdie putts." Another called Charlie the most composed 16-year-old we've ever seen in a field this tough. Slowly, the narrative began to shift from backlash to respect, from doubt to redemption. Then, just as the noise started to settle, Charlie posted something unexpected. No interview, no press conference, just a quiet message on Instagram. And it changed everything. But most kids hide after a setback. Not this kid. The easiest move would have been disappearing, blaming the wind, the pressure, the greens, anything. But CharlieWoods didn't do that. In a sport where ego is everywhere, he chose simplicity. No drama. No excuses. Just a calm statement. Didn't get the result I wanted, but I learned a lot. Time to keep working. See you out there soon. When you say less, people listen more. Rumors immediately swirled. Some insiders said he was shifting focus to upcoming AJGA events, maybe even a major swing in Montreal. Others hinted he was reworking the mental side of his game, possibly with a new sports psychologist. But one thing was certain, he wasn't backing off. He was doubling down. A few days after the qualifier, fans spotted him back at Medalist grinding through range sessions with a coach. No cameras, no Tiger, just Charlie and a bucket of balls. He didn't say much, but what he did said everything. Then came the whispers. His swing looked different, smoother, more balanced, more confident, the kind of quiet reset champions make after a loss, not to prove something to the world, but to themselves. Most kids would take a break. Charlie went back to work, not because someone told him to, but because that's who he is. This wasn't a fall. This was a setup. The story was never just about qualifying. It was about becoming from the outside. A missed cut looks like failure, just a number on a leaderboard. But for Charlie Woods, it meant something deeper. Just like his father decades ago, the early stumbles weren't setbacks. They were blueprints. Tiger didn't walk into greatness untouched. He lost as a junior. He